Westbrook was still upset about the tech. In other words, these two hate each other, which is...
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hope y'all having a good day so far. So, I was checking my comments the other day, and Legends Productions hit me up, and he's got a doozy for me, man. So he asked me to react to his 53-minute and 18-second long What NBA Players Really Said in 2026 Regular Season, full trash talk. So he's basically going to cover like the entire season here. Now, 53 minutes. The second I saw the comment, I'm like, and I popped up the video, I'm like, damn, that's a long video. But let's freaking do it, guys. No After Dark tonight. It's gonna be one long one, giggity. So if you guys want to grab a drink and a snack and all that stuff, now is the time. We're gonna react to this. And Legends, if you're hearing this, I'm just giving you crap, dude. Hit me up anytime, dude. It's great. Honestly, there's still a part of me that is I still feel like a little dog in a big ocean here when it comes to YouTube basketball. So when one of these like bigger content creators like hit me up and ask me to react to something, I'm honestly I'm very humbled. You know what I mean? Like, not humbled, but flattered, I guess is the word. So anyways, I'm happy to do this. But let's not do a super long intro because it's going to be a long video. So let's get right to this. Guys, original video is down below in the description of my video. So if you want to check out Legends Productions at any time, the link is down there. You'll also see a list of channel members. Shout out to channel members. I appreciate you guys. After this, we're going to get right back to, knocking out those members requested. Anyways, I'm rambling on the intro. Please hit the like button, hype button, all that. I'd appreciate it. It really helps out these videos. And without further ado, let's get into it. Let's hear some crazy stuff.
With the 2026 regular season coming to an end, there's a lot to uncover. There were many fights between players and even punches were thrown. In today's video, I'll be recapping the best trash-talking clips from the entire regular season. These moments go from October all the way to the last month of April. As always, there will be a mix of lip-reading audio and even interviews to show as much context as possible.
I guess Legends hit me up when the playoff edition is out later.
I was able to capture so much footage this season, so if you guys want a part 2, make sure to let me know in the comments. Lastly, I have to add my commentary to avoid copyright issues, so I hope you guys understand. Now without further
thank you for that. I hope it sticks on mine too.
Let's get into it. To start, let's talk about the most disrespectful moment of the season. It took place in a game between the Rockets and the Suns, and Dillon Brooks was in the middle of it. With 7 minutes left in the second, Durant tried to fight for positioning, but Brooks held on to him. The refs ended up calling a foul, and Brooks couldn't believe it. Mind you, Durant had a slow start offensively, so Brooks wanted to get in his head. That's when he said this.
You got 2 points. You only got 2 points.
Brooks kept repeating the same thing to Durant, so he had to stand up for himself. He said, "My worst season is better than your best." Brooks replied, "I don't give a f***." Now, if you look at the numbers, Durant is actually right. You really cannot make this up. But anyways, Brooks kept chirping, which is when things took a complete...
That's so funny. I mean, the one thing I got to give credit to Kevin Durant, outside of the fact that he's a hell of a shooter, is he is good at the witty comebacks, man. When he's trash talking, get off my Dickerson is real, man.
Turn. After Durant got the ball, he literally broke his ankles not once, but twice. This angle makes it even worse for Brooks, and Durant had to let him know. He said, "Get your ass up." That's how personal things were getting, and Brooks went right back at Durant. He tried to get his revenge, and after drawing this foul, he said this. Durant pretty much told him to be quiet, but Brooks just kept going.
Yeah, guys, this is one of those. If you guys are just listening in, you probably want to watch. You got to watch the text on the screen.
He lives for these kinds of moments, but it was Durant who had the final word. Not only did he mock Brooks anytime he could, but Durant also taunted the Suns crowd after hitting this dagger 3.
That's all right.
You can tell Durant really wanted...
We're better than you this year. It's all right.
This win, and the Suns couldn't respond. The Rockets ended up taking this game, and Durant went even further with his comments.
It looked like the chatter with Dillon kind of got you maybe to go to even another place.
No.
Okay. Not at all. I'm not giving him that. You don't get that type of credit with me. Maybe some other guys that may turn up because he talked to him, but he's not that important or special to me to get me going. You know what I'm saying? I wake up going, getting ready to play. You know what I'm saying? He's not that much of a concern to me.
In other words, Durant thought Brooks was all talk, which is exactly how Luka Doncic felt about Dennis Schroder. With 40 seconds left in the third, Luka missed a step-back three. Schroder grabbed the long rebound, trying to push the ball. However, Luka swiped at him and Schroder didn't like it. He confronted Luka, saying that he'll slap him if he does it again.
Because he swiped at him?
Knowing Luka, he didn't back down. Then, as Schroder walked to the line, Luka challenged him.
Oh!
The Kings missed the free throw.
Look at look.
The Kings missed the free throw, and Schroder had more to say.
That was a lane violation. Oh! Schroeder's not messing around. He's like really going hood. Like he really wants to fight.
Even Coach Doug Christie tried to defend Schroder, but Luka said, "He's talking too much. I love it." Just a few minutes later, a timeout was called and Schroder kept pointing at Luka, trying to warn him, but Luka wasn't bothered one bit.
I use my left finger only?
For context, Luka was talking about the...
No, he's right. I can't believe everybody knows this story. Even Luka, like everybody seems to know this story that, man, Schroder.
4-year, $84 million contract Schroder turned down from the Lakers.
Yep.
He ended up settling for just a $5 million deal with Boston, so Luka really got him there. However, Schroder wasn't done. Just 40 minutes after the game, he tried to strike Luka in the face. Apparently, he didn't land a punch, but
hold on.
After the game,
The NBA suspended Sacramento guards Dennis Schroder for 3 games for confronting and attempting to strike another player 40 minutes after. Okay, there's no details though. How did he try to punch him?
Tried to strike Luka in the face. Apparently, he didn't land a punch, but still got suspended for 3 games.
Yeah.
Schroder even posted this comment under the report, hinting the media was hiding something. Luka ended up leaving the arena with his dad, while DeAndre Ayton stepped in to separate Schroder. That's how bad things got, but this wasn't the only time a player literally wanted to fight someone.
Wow.
While getting ready for the first ever NBA game in Berlin, Vince Williams confronted Ja Morant during team shoot-around. This came around the time Ja was on the trading block, so there was already some tension within the locker room. That's when Vince Williams called him out, and Ja immediately responded. As you see, a coach tried to cool things off, but Williams pushed them away. Ja kept going, and things got intense.
Ничего себе. Контент.
Wow.
Morant kept talking back to Williams while the same coach tried to understand what was going on. Just a few hours later, Ja was ruled out to play, and he's still on bad terms with the Grizzlies front office.
Man, sorry to Berlin. What a disappointment.
Crazy how things played out, but at least Ja didn't get disrespected by a bench warmer. Myron Garner, who was on a 2-way contract with Miami for most of the season, thought it was a good idea to trash talk Klay Thompson. This came in
Klay is a hothead when it comes to this, but he's funny.
Third quarter after Klay had a rough shooting night. Garner called him a bum several times and Klay wasn't going for it. You can even see Wiggins trying to warn Garner, but it was too late.
I mean, I agree with Klay a little on here. Like, who the hell are you talking trash? Like, y'all forgot who Klay was? You know? You can't sit at my table.
You already know Clay's always going to mention those accolades, but the intensity continued. After cutting the lead,
I know he does like to bring up his 4 rings a lot.
Clay put it right at Garner.
He does.
That resulted in a technical foul, which Clay couldn't believe. He was tired of the disrespect, so Garner actually apologized after the game. Caron Butler forced him, and you can even see Clay being hesitant about it. Pretty embarrassing to say the least, just like getting mushed in the face by another grown man. With 7 minutes left in the third, Duren was trying to box out Diabate, but was literally being held the entire time. Duren didn't like that, so he quickly let the refs know. He kept talking to them for a while and warned Diabate to not do it again. He also told him to try him, but Diabate wasn't going for it. Duren pushed him back and the tension was on. After Diabate gave him a hard foul, this happened.
Hold up. That's a hard foul? That's a hard foul these days?
This happened.
Do it. Do it.
This has to be one of the most disrespectful things ever, so Diabate tried to fight.
I mean, straight up, if anybody does... Hold on.
This has to...
Well, like the face-to-face, if we're having words and you press your face into mine, I'm punching. It's over. It's over. Don't get that fucking close to... Sorry. Sorry. My fight or flight kicked in. Yeah, don't get that damn close to me.
Be one of the most disrespectful things ever, so Diabate tried to fight back with the punch. Duren dodged it, but Diabate wanted more. He kept chasing him and said this to Duren.
Oh no. That's a death threat.
Miles Bridges also decided to intervene and wanted all the smoke with Duren. Now, here's when things take a complete turn. Isaiah Stewart literally ran from his bench and got onto the court. He tried to punch Bridges, who retaliated by wrestling him. It looked like Stewart actually connected here, but this other angle showed that he was grabbing his hair the entire time. The two were eventually separated, and Stewart almost did a LeBron part 2. Ausar Thompson literally had to play defense against his own teammate, and Cade Cunningham was pissed. He told Stewart, "You're not doing that." Stewart tried to explain himself, but Cade just told him to relax. On the other end, Diabate was literally being held back in the stands. Security had to intervene, and LaMelo Ball had his back.
Yo, all of this from a little trash talk and a regular foul led to all this anger. Wow. You good, bro?
Still, people were trying to escort Diabate off the floor, who tried to go back for more.
Dude. Do we need to have like tasers?
Like I said earlier, you can never let a man palm your face, so Diabate had a right to be this angry. As expected, Stewart and
yes and no. If it depends on who shoved their face into the others first, because at that point you're talking trash, you're spitting on me. So if you do that, a hand in your face, you're lucky as retaliation. You know, a punch in the stomach or a punch across the face, that's more like, you know, that's the next level, really.
Were ejected from the game, and they were actually happy about it. Duren literally held his jersey to the crowd and said, "That's how we do." Then, as Stewart was cooling off, he said this.
Yeah, I expected him to stay on the bench, you know, fuck, I was drafted in Detroit.
Wow.
In other words, Stewart didn't care about this suspension and was just trying to defend his teammate. However, that right there wasn't as crazy as what Jimmy Butler said to Danny Wolf.
Let's go.
With 45 seconds left in the third, Butler took him one-on-one. Prior to this, Wolf was talking some trash, so Butler wanted to make a statement. He crossed him over and drew an and-one opportunity. Butler was pumped, saying this to Wolf.
I don't like that stuff, man. I don't like that stuff.
This right here reminds me when Montrezl Harrell said the same thing to Luka Doncic. The backlash he received was crazy, so I'm surprised Butler got away with it. Someone who didn't get off free, however, was Alperen Sengun. With 6 minutes left,
I don't like the racism stuff going either direction.
In the fourth, the Rockets were
Sengun. Speaking of other words that you're not supposed to say, remember what Get Off My Dickerson KD said about Sengun?
big to the Celtics.
What is this
Sengun
game?
had just missed a defensive assignment, so there was already some frustration. That's when he took Luka Garza one-on-one and no foul was called. Sengun couldn't believe it, and this happened.
Oh! Oh no! Get him out of here. Yeah, man.
Sengun repeated the same phrase as he ended up getting kicked out. The Celtics bench was loving it, pretty much mocking Sengun.
Damn, yeah, you can't do that, man.
Tried to get answers, and the ref said, he can't call me that. Amen told her to just call the foul, but the ref said no. Now, the funniest part about this is how surprised Sengun was. He didn't agree with the ejection and said, what? Yo, that's crazy.
Wow, that was profound. Hey guys, get in the comments on this one. Timestamp it if you could. 10 minutes, whatever, about 10 minutes. And let me know. Would you throw out Sengun if you were her? I kind of feel like it's deserved. I don't know. And okay, I take it back. I just give him a regular technical and move on. That's what I would do. Would you guys give him a technical or throw him out, or what would you do? But he deserves something for that. You can't just go around calling the refs bitches. That's just a little too far.
He kept talking to the ref, who just ignored him the whole time. That's when Sengun said, you a bitch, one last time. Mind you, the team was celebrating National Girls and Women in Sports Day, so the timing couldn't have been worse. Sengun really went too far, just like Jordan Poole did when KCP confronted him. With 3 minutes left in the second, Poole launched the three during a dead ball. For some reason, KCP pushed him mid-air and Poole landed near the scores table.
Oh, that's a flagrant.
The referees held a review and KCP was pissed.
That's not flopping.
Poole thought the foul was intentional,
it was.
Which is when things got intense.
I mean, you guys are with me on that, right? Like, we saw that the same? There was no reason to shove him on the side while he was going up for a three. That's not a basketball play whatsoever. Stop with all the flopping. It's not flopping, though. I call out flopping all the time. That's called a flagrant because there was not a basketball play. You were at no point going for the ball. Oh, no. Man, NBA players are racist as fuck.
I don't think I've ever seen Poole this animated before, and a lot of people felt the same way.
Draymond.
Didn't Draymond punch
People
him?
are really never going to let this Draymond...
Oh, that's right. That's right. Why is that being brought up? Why is that? Damn. Yeah, Draymond definitely punched him.
thing go, and I'm surprised Poole didn't say anything back. When it came to Austin Reeves, on the other hand, he didn't tolerate any disrespect. In a game against the Thunder, Luka Doncic suffered a hamstring injury on this play. He was in a lot of pain and even had to lay down for a bit. Mind you, the game was already a blowout, so Thunder fans didn't waste any time. While the medical staff tried to check up on Luka, this happened.
Now you don't want to play defense. Shut the fuck up. Shut up, it's fucking hurting. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Now, Reeves...
Dude, time after time, I'm noticing that AR, excuse me, is like the ultimate teammate. Like, he's got everyone's back all the time.
Tried to go back for more, but the fan didn't stop.
Oh, yeah, he's real hurt. What are you going to do? Yeah, he's real hurt. What are you going to do? Yeah, he's real hurt. What are you going to do? He's not even hurt. I'm not talking to him. I'm not talking to him. He's not even hurt. Don't tell him not to curse at me. He's not even hurt. He's not even hurt.
You can tell LeBron really tried to control himself here and said this to security.
LeBron always gets people kicked out, though. That's what I think he was like letting AR handle it, but then he still did it at the end.
I'm not gonna lie, the fan didn't have to say all that, so I'm glad Reeves stood up for Luka.
I agree, and you know, I'm not the biggest Luka fan right now because he's a Laker and all the, you know, all you guys know. I don't have to get into it. But if he's hurt, he's hurt. You know what I mean? If somebody falls down and they get hurt and they're in actual pain, you don't laugh and make fun of the guy. You do that when they're flopping.
Finally going to see stuff like this in the playoffs, and with so many other matchups going on, you can actually benefit from it. That's where Novik comes in, sponsoring today's video.
Nice.
This is a sports prediction market where you go head to head with other users instead of
Guys,
a
I gotta go
sports
grab
book,
a soda. I'll be
which makes
right
it
back
way
while this
more
plays.
fair. There's no hidden fees, and when you win, you keep 100% of the profit. There are so many opportunities to make money with the NBA playoffs and even other sports, so make sure to download Novik today and use code LEGENDS to get $50 when you deposit $5. All links are in the description for you to sign up, and your support will be greatly appreciated. Moving on, Anthony Edwards also backed up his teammate when Dylan Brooks disrespected Nas Reed. With a minute left in the second, Brooks took Nas Reed one-on-one but held his own defensively. Brooks missed and Mark Williams grabbed the offensive rebound. He ended up making an and-one and Brooks was hyped. He was letting Reed know about it, saying that he can't mess with anyone in Phoenix. However, that's when Reed took things personal.
Jesus.
Just 20 seconds later, Brooks confronted him, but Reed called him a pussy. Double technical fouls were called and more words were exchanged.
Yeah. Oh man, you from Toronto? Yeah.
Personal things got. So Anthony Edwards.
I mean, to be fair, yeah. If someone's calling me, I don't think I'm allowed to say it on YouTube, but the P word. Yeah. What do you expect me to do? I got to defend myself now.
Involved. In the third quarter, the Wolves went on a run and got back into the game. Edwards made sure to go right at Brooks as he made this three over him. A timeout was called, and Edwards said this. Unfortunately, those words didn't age well as Brooks helped Phoenix win a thriller. After the game, he made these comments to both Edwards and Reed.
Yo, Brooks has been our best player this year. Brooks, Jalen Green, and the latter half, and Booker is probably our third option right now, but I think he's still nursing some injuries.
Yeah, they were
well, I mean, right now I say the season's over, but you guys know what I mean.
Too early.
Hold up.
After the game, he made these comments to both Edwards and Reed.
Yeah, they were talking too early. And I love that when guys get too confident. And then once the pressure starts heating up, their eyes start getting big, and they start getting scared, and the person who's talking too much made the two turnovers and missed the shot. So
this is classic Dylan Brooks right here, and it's crazy how he always gets into everyone's head. Ryan Rollins tried to do something.
I hated him when he wasn't a Phoenix Sun, but now that he's a Phoenix Sun, I am like becoming his biggest fan. Like, he's like that Dennis Rodman guy. You don't want to play against him, but you want this guy on your team.
Is similar to Russell Westbrook, but it went completely wrong. With 30 seconds left, the Bucks had a 17-point lead. They had just missed a three, but Rollins grabbed the offensive rebound and went up for a dunk. That's when Westbrook decided to contest the shot, giving Rollins a black eye. He was confused by the foul as Westbrook pointed at the clock, basically implying the game wasn't over, but Rollins decided to talk back. As Rollins shot the second free throw, Westbrook had more to say.
Oh, wow.
On the way back, the two kept talking and Westbrook wasn't letting it go. Zach LaVine ended up drawing a foul and the banter continued. This time, the Bucks bench decided to intervene and Westbrook clapped back.
I'm gonna see him
Westbrook
later.
really doesn't back down from anyone, and just look at this man's eye right here. Rollins really took that like a man, and Trent's reaction was hilarious. Now, Rollins wasn't the only player who broke the unwritten rule.
I think he did walk away realizing, I don't want to mess with that dude. I wouldn't want to mess with Russ, dude. When he's hot, man, Cream City. Really, guys? Really got okay.
Kumpo also did the same thing against the Bulls, and Nikola Vucevic was pissed. With 9 seconds left, the Bucks were up 7 and were expected to dribble the clock out. That's until Giannis decided to do a windmill dunk in transition.
Oh yeah.
He wanted to light some fire on his team as he also stared down Kevin Huerter. That didn't sit well with Nikola Vucevic as he quickly approached Giannis. He said, "Don't do that. Don't do that,
Nah,
bro."
don't ever do
Giannis wasn't bothered one bit, replying.
We saw
Kobe White also
what's his name? Zion do that. I think it was last season too. It was against the Suns too, that bastard. You never
Giannis,
do this.
And Bobby Portis got in the mix. White even tried to grab Portis by his neck, and things escalated.
Yep, because
Gary
this
Trent
happens.
literally ran to defend his teammates and wanted all the smoke with White. He said, "You're trying to throw hands? You're trying to throw hands?" Portis became more animated in the conversation and yelled this. The funny thing is that nobody on the Bulls said anything back. They just walked away, and Vucevic decided to respond during his post-game interview.
Assuming Giannis was mad at that report that came out that Bulls didn't want to trade for him.
Oh, damn!
The fact that Vucevic thought he wouldn't be a part of that trade package is hilarious, but at least he didn't disrespect his own coach. That's exactly what Draymond Green did when Steve Kerr called him out against the Magic. With a few minutes into the second half, Draymond was frustrated with the officiating. He thought the Warriors weren't getting any calls.
Dude, Steph never gets any calls. It drives me nuts.
Turnovers started to pile up. Curry threw the ball out of bounds after Draymond didn't roll, and then Draymond passed it to the opposing team. A clear-cut foul was called, and Draymond was pissed. He went directly to the officials and let them know.
Yeah, I'm with him on that though. When it comes to Steph, just call it a damn foul. He gets held and hacked like crazy.
Get Draymond to move on, but he didn't listen. He shook his head in disappointment as the Magic scored another bucket in the paint. Kerr called the timeout, and Draymond kept talking to the referees. Pat Spencer tried to hold him back, but Draymond just wasn't having it. That's when Steve Kerr held him accountable during the timeout, and with Draymond amped up, he cursed him back. Kerr knew where this was heading, so he stood up for himself. He said, "Hey Draymond, if you don't want me to talk to you, then go home." Moses Moody tried to cool Draymond off, saying, "Come on, man. Come on, Dre." He kept repeating the same thing as Kerr tried to talk to him one last time. He said, "How am I supposed to coach you, Dre? I told you." Draymond was trying to control himself, but Kerr told him he wouldn't play again. That's when Draymond stood up and walked away from the huddle as Kerr said, "Okay, alright. Alright." Draymond went directly to the locker room.
I remember this. Yeah, I remember this whole thing. Okay.
Had to take a sip of his water after all that yelling. As the fourth quarter began, Draymond came back to the bench in street clothes. The Warriors went on a crazy run after this, and Kerr explained what happened.
Yeah, we got into it obviously, and I took the timeout just because I thought we lost our focus there a little bit, and he made his decision to go back to the locker room to cool off, and that's all I'm going to say about it.
Would you have gone back to him?
No, he wasn't going back in.
That's how bad things got, and Draymond gave his input.
Temper spilled over, and I just thought it was best that I got out of it. I don't think there was a situation where it was going to get better.
What caused the argument?
Basketball. People lose their emotions. Sometimes it happens. It is what it is. You're with people for a long time. There's a level of comfort, and shit happens. We move forward.
The funny
I
thing
hope he apologizes for this kind of stuff though, because he does seem to understand he was in the wrong. But I wonder if he actually goes like, "Hey, Coach Kerr, my bad." You know, like the simple things.
Is that this was the second straight game where Draymond left early. In a game against the Suns, he was ejected for this play right here. He disagreed with the call, saying this to the referee.
Get in there, Dylan. Dylan's got to get in there.
Peace.
Oh no.
Basically, Draymond lost control of his emotions, which Kevin Durant can relate to. With 5 minutes left in the first, the Heat started doubling Durant. They tried to make him
Guys, after watching the video from '95 Jordan, you know, him doing what KD can't. Oh man, this is great. Let's do it.
to. With 5 minutes left in the first, the Heat started doubling Durant. They tried to make him as uncomfortable as possible, and Hero decided to talk. That's when Durant turned the ball over and had this to say.
Oh, look at it. Hold on, wait. Don't talk to me if you're going to double team. Dude, you're supposed to be one of the greats. This should be normal for you. You can't guard. You just got a turnover, bro.
Hero tried to play it off by saying, "That's cool. That's cool." The Rockets ended up challenging the play and actually got the ball back. Hero kept going at Durant and this happened.
What did I do?
Durant responded by calling him a pussy, but Hero stood up for himself. He said, "Shut your ass up. Ain't nobody worried about you. Ain't nobody worried about you.
Damn.
Ain't nobody worried about you."
Dude, I like Tyler Hero.
Show me what's up. Durant started pointing fingers, so Hero replied, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" That's when Durant went all in. The refs decided to call double text, but this is exactly what we want to see on the court. Durant couldn't believe Hero was talking this much, so he immediately responded with a 3. Of course, he had to let Hero know as the two kept talking. Hero ended up
He wouldn't hit it if he was doubled.
Durant, and the Heat bench was loving it. They tried to get in Durant's head, but he wasn't going for it.
That's get off my Dickerson. That's how we know. That's our guy KD.
Tell him, KD, tell him.
I'm not exactly sure who Durant was talking to here, but he clearly didn't like what was said. Just a few minutes later, he hit a 3 over Hero and said, "You a pussy." That's how fueled up Durant was, but the Heat ended up with the win. The two shook hands after the game, and Durant explained the interaction.
I just think we both needed a little jolt of energy to start the game. Those words, it's just words at the end of the day. We didn't do nothing too much, you know, we wasn't too physical on our end. I'm mad we got text though. We didn't even push each other or do nothing, it was just talk.
Basically, Durant tried to downplay everything that happened, but not every player does the same. When it came to Klay Thompson, he kept the same energy when the Grizzlies tried to disrespect the Mavericks. With 3 minutes left in the third,
I like how we have a bunch of return customers here.
Was hustling for a loose ball. He got tied up with Cooper Flag, so he tripped him. Cooper wasn't happy, saying, "Come on, bro." There was clearly some intent, and Klay Thompson...
Hold on. Oh, look! Watch this hand. Watch this left hand. Let's see if it's intentional. Oh, whoa, wait. You're in the wrong here, Coop, already, because you're walking over his shoulder, but this is even worse. Yeah, he grabbed him. He grabbed it. He tripped him. Yeesh. I say disrespectful move by Cooper and a dirty move in return.
Thompson came to defend him. However, Aldama wasn't worried. Both had to be separated, and Aldama just kept laughing at him. He also told Klay that he's funny, and Ja Morant intervened. He shouted something from the bench, and the tension was on. After Klay missed the game-time 3, Ja mocked him with a thumbs down.
At least he's playing, Ja.
Then after
you're young, and you never freaking... Anyways.
Concluded, he said this to Klay.
Yo, if you can't even suit up and play, you don't get to talk. These are the rules. Yeah, Klay gets it. Klay's old school, he gets it. You're not even playing. Shut up.
Kept pointing at Klay, so he smacked his hand away. Still, Ja had more to say.
Yo, bum, he won 4. I hate to quote, I hate to do what Klay does, but he got 4 championships, man. What have you done, Ja? What have you done?
These two share a history in the playoffs, so Klay went all in during his post-game interview.
And then with Ja, he's a funny guy. He has a lot to say all the time, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. It's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of his career so far, just leaving us wanting more. When you're a star, it comes with a great responsibility. I hate to see that go to waste.
Clearly,
damn, I 100% I agree with Klay on that one. He nailed it.
couldn't stand each other, just like Luka Doncic and Chris Dunn. These two have such a long rivalry, and things carried into a November matchup. With 3 minutes left in the fourth, Dunn threw an elbow at Luka. Many people thought it was a flop, but Luka thought otherwise. He ended up confronting Dunn, and things got heated.
I feel like that was kind of soft. Oh, now we're fighting though. Yeah, now we gotta fight.
Basically, Dunn thought Luka was overreacting, saying, "Stop f***ing flopping, b***." However, Luka wasn't bothered.
Dude, he gets psycho. He plays good in these situations too.
Also had some words for Dunn, calling him a pussy. As they were heading to the bench, more words were said.
Yo, Legends, if you got this video monetized, you're the freaking you're that guy. I don't know how you're getting this monetized. This video is crazy. I mean, just look at my screen right now.
You can tell these two teams still hate each other, but not every player can back up what they say. In a game against the Pistons, Paolo Banchero got a little bit too cocky. With 2 minutes left in the second, he took Tobias Harris one-on-one.
Tobias Harris over me?
And Harris didn't like it. He thought Paolo was flopping for calls, but he fired back.
I mean, wait. Because that looked like a legit foul. Let's see. All right. Going up. Swiping down. You hacked him, dude. What do you want? You hacked the hell out of him.
Was called, and Harris didn't like it. He thought Paolo was flopping for calls, but he fired back.
Maybe before, but not that one. We call that a hack. Oh.
Harris thought Paolo was getting ahead of himself, resulting in this back and forth.
And got a triple-double watch. He's got...
I know some of you thought Harris called Paolo a loser, but this angle shows otherwise. Anyways, double technicals were called, and Paolo said... Now, the funny thing is that Paolo missed both free throws after this exchange.
Ouch.
He couldn't back up his trash talk, and Harris was fired up.
Damn.
He kept going at Paolo, even called him a bum at one point. In the end, Harris dropped 23 points, and the Pistons cruised to a 19-point win. Now, let's talk about the time Nikola Jokic had enough of the Oklahoma City Thunder. It started in the first quarter after he elbowed Shai on a drive. It honestly wasn't that bad of a foul, but Shai decided to throw the ball at him. Jokic immediately begged for a tech, and Shai was pissed. He said, "He pushed me."
He barely did, yo. He barely did. Yes, it's a foul. That one's a legit foul. Is this just how surprised he is with real contact, as opposed to when he's actually doing the pushing and shoving off? He doesn't know what it's like. He freaks out like this. That's just a regular foul, dude.
He pushed me.
That's a soft foul.
He pushed me. He pushed me after the whistle. He pushed me.
Did he? Hold on. He pushed you after the whistle. Okay.
A drive.
Okay. Push.
It honestly wasn't that bad of a foul, but Shai decided
That's it? No, you threw the ball at him already. No. He fouled you and you threw the ball in retaliation. Stop it.
He pushed me. He pushed me. He pushed me after the whistle.
Soft ass SGA,
he pushed
stop
me
it.
After the whistle. Surprisingly, the ref stood 10 toes down and didn't call anything beyond the tech on Shai.
I feel they need to say it every time because a lot of people misunderstand me. I'm mad at Shai because he's that good. He's really, 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 really good. He doesn't need to do this stuff, but he does it anyways, and that pisses me off.
Here's when things really get heated. As Jokic was walking up the floor, Lu Dort purposely
I remember that.
I don't know exactly why he did it, but it was clearly a dirty play. Jokic had to stand up for himself and said, "F you doing?" He clearly didn't like the foul, but J. Will defended Dort. Jokic tried to push him away, but J. Will held onto his jersey. He wouldn't let go, so Jokic said, "Do something."
Oh my God.
Do something.
Yeah. Guys, Jokic is that guy. He will mess you up.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Look at that.
The two were eventually
look at that
separated,
face.
but I've never seen Jokic this mad before. I mean, just look at his face right here.
It's funny because if he wasn't already nicknamed the Joker, he definitely would after this one. You know what I mean?
Dort really did too much with that play, and Jokic talked about it after the game.
It is what it is, I'm not going to comment. It's unnecessary move and unnecessary reaction. There is no such a thing. I think they're not supposed to be those things in a basketball floor, so it was just an unnecessary move and unnecessary reaction by me.
The funny thing is that Dort got him once again and even had to apologize for his actions. That's how bad things got, but it doesn't compare to what PJ Washington said to Jackson Hayes. With 6 minutes left in the fourth, the Mavericks tried to start a comeback. They drew up a play for PJ Washington and LeBron immediately asked for the switch. Jackson Hayes had to guard him and PJ took advantage. Just 2 minutes later, Hayes was in the same exact position since PJ blew past LeBron.
Oof.
He tried to go for the steal, but PJ drew another foul. That's when this happened. Hayes thought PJ had no room to talk and said this. The funny thing is that PJ ended up missing the free throw and more words were said.
Still got 4:51.
You got more fouls than you got points. I like that.
The ref thought things were getting out of hand, but PJ said, "Yeah, that's my dog, we good." It was all love between the two, although PJ didn't have to say all that. Now, it's one thing having two players calling each other out, but a fan telling you to shut up, that's pretty crazy to do, and Dillon Brooks had to respond back.
No.
In a game against
Like
Miami,
I said, we got a lot of return customers here.
Brooks was complaining a lot to the referees. He thought Miami was getting a favorable whistle, and a fan had to intervene.
Sit down, Brooks. Shut up.
Hold on, wait. Let me look at the play again.
Complaining a lot to the referees. He thought Miami was getting a favorable whistle.
Yeah. Nah, sorry, Dylan. That's not a foul.
And a fan had to intervene.
Sit down, Brooks. Shut up. Your ass. Your ass.
Look at the box score. The guy sounds like he's drunk. That sounds like me when I'm drunk. Oh, shit. He just can't believe he's actually talking to Dylan.
Shut up. Fight to your girl about it, not me.
It's funny how this fan acted like a victim when he literally started the whole thing.
Yeah, he's drunk.
However, there's times where players could get their feelings hurt, and John Moran might have just fell for the bait. In a game against the Wizards, he heard a heckler saying all kinds of things, and let's just say that Ja didn't appreciate what was said.
Ja can't handle the fans. Yeah, buddy. Get some buckets first. Get some buckets. Ja, you got your coach fired to be a playing team. To be a playing team. Moran can't handle adversity, just like in the playoffs.
For some reason, Team Moran decided to get involved, which led to a confrontation.
Put the picture on my wall. Your son needs to focus on the game, bro. You're talking to a fan. You're talking to a fan. Hey, you're talking to a fan. Where you at? You're talking to a fan, buddy. You're John's dad. I respect that, but you don't gotta come up to me. I'm talking game. He's talking to me. You're talking to me. Yeah, you need to go. Come on, man. You're doing the most, buddy. You're doing the most. You're doing the most. Go sit down, buddy.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think his dad had to intervene, but Ja had some final words.
Send her to hell. Send her to hell.
The crazy thing is that the Wizards somehow won this game, so maybe the fan had a point. Now let's talk about the time Russell Westbrook completely embarrassed Chris Dunn. With 40 seconds left in the fourth, Nick Clifford hit a dagger 3 for the Kings. Russell Westbrook was pumped and actually gave Chris Dunn a slight shove.
And yet another return customer.
Told him to pick the ball up, which Dunn didn't like. He said all kinds of things to Westbrook, and this happened.
For Benedict.
Dunn kept warning Westbrook to stop talking to him and even called him a pussy. Of course, Westbrook wasn't
It's funny
going
how
to
they all say exactly the same things to each other, basically. There's like 3 go-to things.
let that slide, and things got intense.
There it is in one sentence.
A technical foul was given only to Westbrook, which he couldn't believe. He thought Dunn started the whole thing and that he had a right to talk back. Still, the refs didn't buy it and rewarded the Clippers with a technical free throw. Westbrook tried to punk Dunn with a stare down and called him sorry for a second time. Dunn replied that he wasn't worried about him, which is when Westbrook had enough.
Damn.
As you heard, Dunn tried to escalate things even further, so Westbrook replied,
Dunn's a frequent flyer too.
Try me. You ain't trying shit. Go sit your bum ass down. Sit your bum ass down. F are you talking about? Dunn couldn't really say much back, even though Westbrook was still upset about the tech. In other words, these two hate each other, which is exactly how Karl-Anthony Towns feels about Draymond Green. With 11 minutes
yet
left
another.
in the fourth, Draymond literally fell on a fake. He tried to stop the play, so he grabbed Towns and tripped him.
Okay, you can't, Dre, you can't do that. Look at this. How guilty are you?
Towns and tripped him.
All right, whatever Draymond gets, he deserves in this one. Let's see what happens, because I don't remember this one.
Pretty dangerous foul, so Towns yelled. Mouse McBride also agreed, but Draymond replied, "It's just a foul." I don't know about that one, Draymond, but the refs ended up calling a flagrant.
I'd call it flagrant too. That's it. You're out. You can't do that kind of stuff. That's 100% not a basketball play. That's like the crap that the bad boy Pistons did to MJ when he was going down the lane. You can end a career with that.
Up to shoot the technical free throw, and this happened. Classic Draymond right here, but there's more. While the Warriors were challenging a call, he told OG Anunoby he stopped his shit. Of course referring to Towns, who immediately hopped in the conversation. He told Draymond, "You haven't said shit all game." Yeah, right. Doing all that front running.
1 second, you guys. I just got to double check something. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we're good. All right.
What are you doing? Clearly Towns felt some type of way, so Draymond started jumping around when he went to the bench. No. Steph Curry was loving it, and of course Jimmy Butler had to laugh as well. The Warriors came out with the win, and Draymond kept trolling Towns in his podcast.
One thing Karl-Anthony Towns can't do is call me a front runner. His voice changes too much to call someone a front runner because we don't really know which cat we getting. I was talking the whole game.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a crazy comment by Draymond, but this is expected. This beef has been going on.
What does he even mean by not a front runner, by the way?
For a while, but at least it didn't escalate to a near brawl. In a game between Houston and Denver, Bruce Brown was this close to throwing hands with Kevin Durant.
And yet another return customer. They say in the restaurant world, it's the 80-20 rule. 20% of your customers are going to be responsible for 80% of your business.
Started in the third quarter after Brown missed a wide open three. KD waved him off, basically saying he can't shoot. Just a play later, Brown scored a floater, so he got right into Durant's face. That's when things got intense. Tim Hardaway also had some words for Durant as they were being separated. Right after the timeout, KD called Brown a pussy several times. This is the moment where Brown felt disrespected, leading to his post-game comments.
What's weird with KD is I appreciate the trash talking, but he started talking mad trash now, and now is the time where you can't back it up anymore.
Some words were said that's a little disrespectful, so as a man, there's certain things you don't say to another man. I wish there was fighting. I wish we didn't get fined.
Yeah.
Would have had some fun.
In other words, Brown thought Durant crossed the line, but the tension continued. After Reed Sheppard drew a foul on Brown, Durant had some words from the bench. Brown decided to talk back, which is when Durant said this. Clearly Durant wasn't worried about Brown, and even Tim Hardaway tried to instigate something. Durant wasn't bothered, however, and just clapped in his face. Even Udoka tried to cool him off, and Durant said this. Definitely one of Durant's funniest moments, but he kept taunting the Nuggets.
Dude, man, he is just, man, he speaks exactly how he posts on social media. Like, no
Not only
filter.
that, but after David Alderman got ejected, Durant mocked him. He also did this celebration to the crowd as the Rockets came out on top. When asked about the confrontation with Brown, Durant said this.
Was there anything that you said that you felt like wasn't crossing a line?
I definitely wanted to cross the line tonight.
Yeah.
That's basketball. It's in between the lines. Ain't no respect, ain't no love, nothing. And people don't show love to me, they cross the line a lot with their physicality. You know what I'm saying?
With their physicality.
Some people can talk and play, some people can't. So I think
they cross the line and with their physicality. So to Kevin Durant, playing physical defense is crossing the line, and then that gives him permission to call him a B-ass N. Like, what the hell? It's called defense, KD.
The same thing.
Basically, Durant stood by what he said, but Isaiah Stewart almost took things to another level. With 2 minutes left in the third, Stewart tried to make a move. Portis accidentally slapped him across the face, which Stewart took personally. He got right in front of him, and Portis said, "What? What?" Stewart tried to escalate things even further, but Portis smacked his knuckle away. Both had to be separated.
Yeah, man, yeah. Don't put that fist in my face. That's as good as punching me.
Stewart was pissed.
Meet me after.
Coach JB Bakerstaff tried to cool him off, but Stewart wasn't done talking.
Yo, what a video, guys! Go down below. Go check out Legends channel if you enjoy this kind of stuff. This is crazy. What a freaking video! I'm gonna punch him in his what? What does that even mean? In his ass? You gonna punch him in his booty hole?
This would actually be a pretty good fight, so let me know who you guys got. Anyway, Stewart got ejected from the game with Portis laughing it off. However, that didn't last too long. Just 3 days later, a Pistons fan reminded him about Stewart and Portis had enough.
Stu's about to come in. They just stared into my soul. What? No, ain't nobody staring at you. You stared at Stu. You stared at Stu.
Clearly Portis had an issue with Stewart because the fan didn't even say anything crazy. Definitely a wild turn of events, but not as crazy as when Jake LaRavia humiliated an entire NBA team. This came in a game against Minnesota where he dropped 27 points on 91% from the field. You don't see stuff like this pretty often, so Anthony Edwards tried to get in his head. He called him all kinds of names, but it just didn't work. After making his fifth three, LaRavia stared at Edwards and said, "I'm ass." It was one of those nights, and even the fans tried to get answers. The fact that you could hear all of this is hilarious, and LaRavia had to clap back on social media. He was clearly feeling himself, which is the complete opposite of DeMar DeRozan. He thought Pelle Larsson was doing too much and almost risked it all. With 6 minutes left in the second, Larsson was looking to make a drive, but DeRozan shoulder checked. A foul was called and DeRozan was pissed. According to a fan in the arena, he actually called Larsson a flopping bitch. Bam Adebayo heard this and quickly backed up his teammate. Even Myron Gardner got involved, but DeRozan and Westbrook weren't going for it. Bam was still trying to get an explanation, and the tension continued. Right after, Bam kept going and said, "That's my guy." God damn, DeMar. However,
I like him, man. I like him.
DeRozan immediately clapped back. In other words, DeRozan thought they were doing too much, so the referees held a review. A technical foul was ultimately called on DeRozan, but things escalated in the final minute. With frustrations boiling over, DeRozan gave Larsson another hard foul. This time, he hit him across the face.
Yeah, now you're out.
And Larsson didn't let this one slide. He confronted DeRozan, who replied, "What's up? Do something. Do something."
They really should just let him fight. Like, you know, I don't know, 3 minutes, 1 round, stick it on Kalshi, let people bet on him. Like, straight up, let him get it out. All this trash talking, all these words, man, just let him settle it.
Do something. Do something. Malik Monk also stepped in, telling Larsson...
Because they're talking all this trash out here. They're too protected.
Don't f***ing do that shit. Don't f***ing do that shit. Larson believed it wasn't a basketball play, but DeRozan called him a bitch. He told him that it was just a foul, as Larson kept telling the refs that's not a basketball play.
Yeah, that was a flagrant.
Another review was held, and DeRozan's foul was upgraded to a flagrant one. Gardner was loving it on the bench as the Heat came out on top.
That's all that matters.
However, that right there didn't go as viral as when Draymond Green tried to bully
Oh,
Victor
this is
Wembanyama.
fun.
Yama. With 7 minutes left in the third, Draymond took Wemby one-on-one but got blocked twice. Draymond thought there was some contact, so he yelled at the referees. He said, "That's a foul. That's a foul." Wemby started laughing as Draymond kept yelling, "Exactly. Exactly." Wemby couldn't believe the refs were letting this slide, so he said, "You're not gonna give him a tech." However, Draymond got his get back in the fourth. This time, he actually blocked Wemby. A loose ball foul was called, and Draymond stared him down.
Oh, did he get tripped? I mean, dude. Wemby does this spin. This spin has led to him falling right on his face multiple times this year. This scares me, man. This scares me, dude. Stop it.
He was
Stop
trying
it,
to get
Wemby.
in his head, so he had some words. Then, as the ball was being inbounded, they both got tangled up. Draymond told the refs, "We good," while Wemby said, "I don't care." He didn't mind the physicality resulting in this play.
He really said your ass to Wemby? Come on, man.
You can tell Wemby was waiting for this moment, but the basket unfortunately didn't count. This was Draymond's fourth foul, and he quickly picked up another one in the following play. Draymond couldn't believe it, saying, "You're trash."
You hold him, man.
Chirping towards the Spurs bench, and Wemby explained the interaction.
It's not trying to prove anything to anybody. It's just, for me at least, somebody speaks to you a certain way, you have to respond a certain way. That's just how it is.
Absolutely.
Basically, Wemby wasn't scared of Draymond.
And I like the way Wemby, he's doing it on the floor. You know, Draymond's talking a bunch of trash, being a clown. Wemby just punishes you on the basketball court. That's what I like.
What type of player he was, so he let his game
show
do
me
the
more.
talking. Dillon Brooks tried to do the same thing against Philadelphia, but he couldn't control himself against Joel.
Is Dillon the most frequent flyer of all? Is he the guy? Is he number one? Looks like KD might be number two.
Embiid. With 30 seconds left in the second, Embiid drew a foul on this play. Brooks thought he was flopping since he had also done this earlier.
What the hell is he
couldn't believe
doing?
The whistle and said this.
Yeah, wait. I'm sorry. I know this is a long video,
play.
but like,
Brooks thought he was flopping since.
What's Embiid about to do? Okay, he's backing up to create the contact. What the hell is he doing? No one pushed him backwards. Man, I hate Embiid, man. I used to just not like him. Ah, man. It's getting worse and worse.
And said this.
Yeah, what are you calling?
Devin Booker also confronted Embiid about the play, saying, "Doing all that shit, that's all ball. That's all ball." Embiid replied, "That's a foul. That's a foul." The whistle kept going in Embiid's favor, and Brooks couldn't believe it. Even the refs had to intervene, but Brooks didn't care. It's funny how Embiid really tried to get him a tag, but things kept intensifying. With Philly up 9, Embiid took Brooks one-on-one and made a tough shot over him. He taunted Brooks right after, pretty much saying he stinks. Embiid also pointed at the scoreboard, which motivated Brooks. He tried to start a comeback, making this N1 over Embiid. The lead was cut to 7 with 1:30 left, and Brooks said this to Embiid. In other words, Brooks couldn't stand Embiid and the Suns kept the momentum. Brooks was able to get a stop on Embiid and Devin Booker drew a foul on the other end. Trent and Watford noticed the banter and exchanged words with Brooks. The lead was now cut to 4, but Maxey made a huge three for Philly.
That boy's good.
The Suns
Maxey's
quickly
good.
Inbounded the ball and Booker somehow drew this foul.
Wait,
he got 3 free throws.
You know, I gotta be honest. I always gotta be honest.
The Suns quickly inbounded
the
the ball.
hell? Okay. Wait, because you got tapped on the back? He tapped him on the back? Guys, I know that's a tiny bit of contact, but that's not a foul. He also just flopped the hell out of that call. That's not a foul. I don't care if it's the Suns. That's not real.
He got 3 free throws, and Watford kept talking to Brooks. Brooks really doesn't care who you are and tried to get one last stop for Phoenix. He played really tight defense on Maxey, but Booker picked up a foul last second. Brooks couldn't believe it, and more words were said.
So plenty of time for Phoenix. You need a couple more stops if you're the Sixers.
Brooks also told Embiid that he wasn't going to get the ball. He tried to keep the physicality, but Embiid
Oh
fell.
my God, Embiid! This is why you're injured all the time.
Stand up. And Maxey was loving it. That's how petty this game was, and the Sixers came out with the win. Brooks is definitely a character just like Moussa Diabate. In a game against the Celtics, he warned Jason Tatum to not mess with him. With 10 minutes left in the second, Miles Bridges drew a foul on this play. You can see Tatum laughing about it, but he quickly changed his mind. If you know Joe Mazzulla, he hates when players get extra shots after the whistle. Tatum noticed Diabate trying to get a shot up, so he swatted him twice. Nothing too crazy, but here's when things get heated.
That's normal. Y'all should have seen KG. KG in his heyday, you never, ever get a shot off after the whistle. If KD is, or KG, Kevin Garnett, if he's on the court, you're never getting it.
After Keita cleaned up the glass, Tatum tried to smack the ball away from Diabate. He also shoved him, so Diabate replied, "Boy, I'm gonna beat your I'm gonna beat your Tatum didn't seem too worried, so they just ran back to the other end. That's when Tatum started holding Diabate and a double foul was called. Diabate didn't like where this was heading and said this. Sam Hauser tried to separate Tatum, but he just replied, "I'm good." Diabate still couldn't believe the call on the floor and said this.
See what happened. Yeah, he's probably mad about that push when he was out of bounds. Like, that should have been a call right there. You're not supposed to be able to touch somebody when they're inbounding the ball.
Charles Lee challenged the play, and after further review, Scott Foster made the call. Tatum was the only one given the foul, as they concluded that he started pretty much everything. However, that right there wasn't as comical as what Kevin Durant said to some Pistons fans.
Who is it, guys? Is it Dylan or is it KD? Who's our best customer?
With 2 minutes left in the fourth, Durant drew a foul on this play. He had some words for Scott Foster right after, and this Pistons fan noticed it. That's when he decided to heckle Durant, who didn't take it lightly. He said, "Get off my my boy.
Get off your Dickerson?
Stop hanging on my However, the Pistons fan continued, and things got intense.
Come on, Brady! He didn't foul you! Ball all right! He didn't foul you!
Hey, release yourself from my... Oh, no.
Durant really lives for these moments, but it didn't stop there.
Get off my
With
Dickerson.
8 minutes left in the fourth, another altercation broke out. This time, it was between Jabari Smith and Ron Holland. They got tangled up on a jump ball, and Jabari wouldn't let go. He even tried to take the ball away, which Holland took exception to. Cade Cunningham told him to stop, but had some choice words for Jabari. Cade also told Scott Foster, tell him to go over there. He thought Jabari was doing too much, and Isaiah Stewart seemed to agree. He told him to go back out there, while a Pistons assistant coach kept yelling, "Get the f*** out of here." Basically, the whole team stood up for Holland, and Jabari received a technical foul. He tried to argue with the referees, but Stewart just told him to shut up. Holland also tried to start a fight, saying, "I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here." Jabari, however, didn't.
That's so funny. That's such a common thing that these young guys say. I'm right here. Good for you. You want a cookie? It reminds me of like Chris Rock back in the day in his early career, in one of his early stand-ups, where he's like talking about some guys who's like, "Yeah, I take care of my kids," and he's like, "What do you want? A cookie?"
Holland thought Jabari was all talk, so he called him a from far away. Then, after a timeout was called, Stewart told Jabari that he'll beat his ass if he keeps talking. Jabari replied with do it then as they were being separated. Now, here's when Kevin Durant got involved.
My guy's back
After
in.
both players got tangled up again, a fan said something out of line to Jabari. Durant heard it and confronted the fan. Then, after a play was being
Is he the
reviewed,
most sensitive guy, like, in NBA history? It used to be Shaq. I think KD is the new guy.
Durant explained why he felt that way.
I remember this.
The funniest thing about this is how the fan never put on his Durant jersey again.
Yeah, by the way, that is part of what we're paying for. We are paying to talk trash. I went to Medieval Times once a couple of years ago, and that's part of the ticket. That's what you're getting. You get to talk trash. We all do.
Goes to show
it's like KD's never been to a sporting event when he's not actually on the court.
There's levels to this, which is what Bruce Brown tried to imply to DeAndre Ayton. This came after Brown blew past him and drew a foul on this play. Ayton thought there was barely any contact, which is when Brown said this. That's actually a crazy thing to say.
Wait,
and the back and forth. That's actually a crazy thing to say, and the back and forth continued. While Brown was getting ready to shoot his second free throw, this happened.
Did I just hear? I can't say these words. I'm not allowed to, man. But hold on. Not that one. That one. He light? Okay. Riding them horses?
The fact that Ayton is the one saying that is hilarious since he could also be on his way out. Brown definitely has something against the Lakers, but at least he didn't cross the line like Goga Bitadze. With a minute left in the third, Bitadze picked up a foul on this play. He thought it was a clean strip, but Luka went to the line for two. He ended up missing the first free throw, and Goga started mocking him, trying to get in Luka's head, which is when he replied, "Suck my."
I was gonna say ball don't lie. But yeah, that's another way to go about it.
I like it. Apparently Goga misinterpreted what Luka said and thought he called out his mom. It's not entirely clear with the lip reading provided, but maybe he said it right here. We just can't confirm it, but that's when Goga had enough. Now, this actually translates to I f*** your whole family.
Oh. I think we have a winner. I think we have the trash talk winner of 2026 right there. I can't beat that. I also can't make that a thumbnail.
At this point, Luka thought he went too far and immediately let the refs know.
I mean, straight up. Yeah. You want to say those words to me? Like, that's a fight. Like, that's got to be a fight. You can't not have a fight after that. Like, you got to do it. You can't be saying it.
The crazy thing is that Goga kept insulting Luka while the Magic bench begged for a delay of game. Luka chirped right back and said, "He can't talk about my family." He ended up making the second free throw and had more words for Goga. He said, "I'll f*** you up, motherfucker. Don't mention my family again." The refs didn't know what was going on, so they handed out double texts. Both were just as surprised, but Luka kept explaining himself, letting everyone know that he had a right to defend himself, but the refs didn't want to hear it. This was also Luka's 16th technical foul, which equaled a 1-game suspension. Many people wanted more context on the situation, so Luka said this after the game.
He said a free throw, he will fuck my whole family. And at some point, it's his basketball court. At some point, I just can't stand. I gotta stand up for myself. But I know I gotta do better. my teammates, I know they have my back, so I let them down today. But I hopefully get resent.
Well, the rest in here, what language do you say?
It was in Serbian.
I can't believe he actually said it. Props for Luka for saying it too. I can't believe they have this cheap ass freaking mic filter on there. Come on, man. Those are like $2 on Amazon.
Well, the rest in here, what language do you say?
It was in Serbian.
It's actually crazy that Goga really said that, but he thought Luka had it coming. He interpreted that he called out his mom, but like I said earlier, that's not 100% confirmed. It could have been said in this moment, but it's not for sure. However, Goga actually has a history of going at people's families. About a year ago, he got into it with Pascal Siakam, and this happened.
On your mama. Okay, definitely. Yeah, so he's like we were in the 90s. That's it. He's just in the wrong era, because in the 90s, every bit of trash talk was your mama this, your mama that.
Not a good look for Goga, since he literally mentioned that family is sacred. The league ended up...
Y'all remember, what is it? White Man Can't Jump? I don't know. Am I allowed to say it on YouTube? And I don't think I'm allowed to say it on YouTube anymore. I'm gonna just keep going. It was the one where the nice lady falls down and her leg breaks and gravy pours out. I'll leave it at that.
In Luka's 16th technical foul, while Goga has received heavy criticism by the fans. Now, there's no better way to finish this video than with the time Lu Dort tried to sun Jeremiah Fierce. With 30 seconds left in the fourth, the Pelicans scored a quick bucket in the paint. They cut the deficit to 7, so Fierce quickly fouled Shea. Dort thought the push was unnecessary, so he let Fierce know. I couldn't exactly get the conversation, but you can see them chirping right here. Anyways, play resumed, and the Pelicans tried one last time to score. After 3 chances, Fierce got the offensive rebound and Dort wrapped him up. Fierce didn't like it, and Dort said, "Watch out, watch out." That's when Fierce got in his fighting stance and Dort grabbed his jersey.
With Lu Dort.
It looked like Fierce was fighting for his life, but he replied with a "F you" to Dort. He also ripped the tape on his shoulder and kept chasing him. Dort saw this and just said, "I told you." Security also intervened, but Fierce said, "Let me go." He didn't get his wish, so Fierce kept insisting in the locker room.
Wow, that's some leadership from Zion.
Lie, Zion is a real one for looking out for his teammate. I'm
actually surprised. I got to admit it too. Yeah, good looking out, Zion.
Fierce had more to say. Right when he got on his phone, he commented that Lu Dort was soft and that he knows Dort isn't like that. He really doesn't fear anyone, since he's the same guy that told Jimmy Butler, "Am I supposed to flinch?" Butler did say that nobody's scared of him, but you get the point. Fierce is always ready for whatever, so expect him to keep being like this. And that pretty much concludes the video.
Wow.
What do you guys think of how this regular season played out? Which heated moment was your favorite? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.
Yo, no way I can answer that question after all that I watched. I don't remember anything anymore. Oh, man. All I know is I'm going to like end this video and man, my vocabulary is going to be limited to like 5 words after what I just saw there. God. Yeah, guys, I'm just gonna end it. Go check out Legends Productions. This was hilarious. You guys like long form stuff, so I think this is probably like an hour and 20 minutes or something at this point. So guys, let me know if you made it to the end. And yeah, shout out to Legends, dude. Thanks for reaching out for me to react to this one. And if you all think I'm doing an After Dark after this one, you guys are crazy. Yeah. I hope there's some timestamps with your comments because yeah, there's a lot of stuff I just watched here. So yeah, hopefully you guys put some timestamps for the comments, and I honestly can't wait to get down there and see the comments because it's probably going to be pretty damn hilarious. So all right, let's have fun, guys. Like the video on the way out if you could. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Go check out Legends and Legends. Shout out to you, bro. Keep freaking grinding. Keep the grind up. I'm out of here. Guys, be water, my friends.